What's up, guys? You are watching Ceylon Rankin YouTube channel. So today we are going to start our data science project. So far we have 50 candidates who are willing to do this data science project, and we are doing this thing as a research project, as a community service research to the MIT University. This is my community service. Now 50 candidates are learning machine learning, and after that they are getting the expert knowledge related to those domains, and after that we are going to recruit them in very well reputed companies in our country. That's our community service, and according to that we will start by keeping a particular duration, and uh, we are going to do this project. But this is not just an academic project. This is a real time, and we are going to develop this project in a real enterprise level way. So I will explain. We are going to do two projects. One thing will be from the supervised learning, and the other thing will be unsupervised learning. So far they do not know anything about machine learning, because we have done 2-3 lectures only those things, but there are newcomers here. After that we will see how they are gaining the knowledge. We are starting everything from the scratch. Everything we are starting from the scratch, and they are going to learn those things. Okay, we'll show you who are those 50 candidates. Okay, there are so far there are 8 groups I have nominated, and there are two groups are still on the progress. So these are the already appointed groups, and now in one group there are 5 members. 4 to 5 members we have allocated for a particular group. Okay, most of the students are in Sri Lankan universities, and some of them have finished their degrees, and some of them have finished their A-level. So we have taken a very diverse domain. So there are different types of there is a big variety of members in these groups. So we have put them in a random way, and we have allocated those people, and we have appointed like that way because they are not, they are friends. They are first time get to know each other. Okay, what we want to analyze from these things, these are the 8 groups. Okay, so far I have put, and there are another 2-3 groups to be progressed here. uh, and now what is my aim by putting like this type of random way? That is when they are going to the industry, they should have a good understanding of each other. They have to know the diversity, and they have to respect to each other. Okay, and also they should have a very good communication skills. And next is that they should be expert in their subject area. Okay, all of those things we are going to test when we are doing this project. Okay, now yesterday only we have appointed these groups, and now they have appointed the leader for the groups. I didn't put the name of the leader here. And after that what we call they have got to know each other. Now those things are going now onwards. They are going to get ready for this project. Okay, this is the first video, and I will be uploading several videos, and within 3 days this whole project will be finished, and they will get to know about not only just getting marks. They will get to know about the subject area very well, right? We'll see, then we'll move to the things of what we are going to discuss in the machine learning, because they are very much new to this field. Therefore I will explain everything from the scratch, so for the whole the people who are watching this video, they also can understand how to deal with the project, how to start the end-to-end project. Okay, where in some cases you know the theories, but you are lacking in a field how to apply the knowledge that you have gained from the machine learning to your practical domain. That means, how do you make a application by using the knowledge that you have gained from the data science, the machine learning. Okay, now this project is a machine learning project. So we have divided the machine learning parts into two parts. One thing is uh, the what we call the machine learning in the first thing I have classified as machine learning in a normal way. And the next thing I have classified as the deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of the machine learning. So here this project is related to the data mining part of the machine learning. The next thing, okay, after finishing these two projects, we will be discussing about the neural networks, and we are going to reach into the deep learning part. Okay, there also we will be discussing two projects, right? Okay, now by seeing this slide, what you can see about, what you can understand now is, perhaps people will think that machine learning is something which is dealing with the robots. That means, are we going to build robots here? No, we are not dealing anything related to hardware here. I mean, we are not doing anything related to hardware here, but we are dealing only with the software part of the domain. So now this type of robots means it will be having motor controls and some IoT softwares. Like that way, there are several things are available here, but we are discussing about the how to build the how to give the intelligence to the machine, that we are calling as the artificial intelligence. We are thinking only how to give the intelligence to the machine, and how the machine will be working as an intelligent machine. Okay, therefore there is no relationship between robots and the machine learning, but robot can work, robot also can work with the machine learning algorithms. But here we are not discussing anything about the robots. That is the first thing you want to understand, right? But we are discussing about the intelligence machines, right? What we are going to focus, we are going to focus make machines intelligence. Then when we make the machines intelligence, we can do several tasks where very uh, what we call, we can perform the tasks that we desire. Okay, then it will be convenient for our lives. Okay, now what we are going to discuss, we are going to discuss how to build the intelligent software here, right? Then we want to understand, we will be discussing about several terms. One thing will be the prediction, classification, recognition, verification, clustering, identification. Like that, several words will come now, okay, once we are reach into this field. uh, Right. Then what do you mean by the prediction system? Okay. Prediction system means now, suppose now this is like an apple. Okay. And this is like an orange. If we give this type of inputs, okay. If we give this type of inputs, and the our we are building a model to recognize the patterns. Okay. Recognize the patterns available here, and after that it will, according to that thing, okay, according to that thing, it will give an output. that output by using a classifier. Okay, by using a classifier, that means now these things will be converted, classified as apples, and these things will be classified as orange by using this model. Okay, uh, it will, by recognizing these patterns and using the model, it will be giving the output. Okay, uh, then okay, and the next thing, if we keep this type of camera, okay, in a supermarket, okay, then by getting the inputs, by seeing these images, okay, or the objects, by seeing these objects, okay, the machine learning model, it will be recognizing this one, okay, by learning itself, and it will be giving the output. Okay, that is we can consider as a fruit detection. Okay, then this whole machine learning domain, we can classify it into two parts. The whole machine learning domain, we can classify it into two parts. One thing is the supervised learning, and the other thing is the unsupervised learning. One thing is the supervised learning, and the other thing is the unsupervised learning. Under the supervised learning, there are several things will come under the supervised learning. One thing is the classification, okay, what we have discussed earlier, classification, and the unsupervised learning, the clustering algorithm will come. Not only the clustering, there are more, okay, but I have taken only one example here, classification from the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, clustering. Why I have taken only these two? Because in some cases these the words are little bit closer to each other, therefore getting misunderstanding why this classification becomes supervised learning and why clustering becomes unsupervised learning. Okay, we will be discussing why it has come, because understanding all these concepts only, you have to go to the practical application, then only you can understand what is the way we have to go. Okay. Then there are several algorithms related to these things. Okay, I have named those things as NCC. We will be discussing the names of these algorithms later. Then in a supervised learning, okay, you have to understand there are two phases. One thing is the training phase. Okay, when we are building a model, there is we have to train the model. We will be discussing how to train the model, and after that, the part of the model is the training phase, and the other part of the model is the testing phase. In addition to that, there will be a validation part also. Okay, by using the validation part, you can fine tune that one. Okay, the unsupervised learning, I told one of those example is the clustering. Okay, clustering, we can make the objects into clusters, because in unsupervised learning means the objects are not labeled. Now in supervised learning, we already know what are these objects. In supervised learning, we know the exact value of the objects. But unsupervised learning, we do not know actually what is the value of the object. Okay, by unknown, you are getting in a particular clusters. Why we do not know what are those objects, but by using the algorithm, it will generate some clusters. Okay, that is called the clustering part. Okay, I will give some examples by using the slides here for the clustering and the classification. Right, again we'll see our supervised learning means machines already know something. Okay, before go, machine knows what we are going to deal. Okay, that is called the supervised learning. And I told the supervised learning, we can convert into several parts. One thing we have discussed as the classification. Okay, like apples, like orange, like that way you can classify the objects. Okay, but in addition to that, there is another one. These are the main two things: classification and the regression. classification and the regression are the main two things. Okay, classify which label a given set of features. Okay, that means in the supervised learning, we are classifying. In the supervised learning, we are classifying the label data like apples, orange, like that way. Regression, what you are doing in the regression, find out the value of the label used in the previous data. That means you are getting a numerical value there. Okay, in the regression, you are getting a numerical value. As an example, if you want to build up a price detection model for your real estate project, that means you are a owner of a real estate company. Okay, now customers are coming and they are asking to build up a house with a certain number of rooms, bathrooms, and the square feet area. Like that way, what will be the amount, what will be the estimated amount it will uh, uh, take to build that house? Okay, then if you do not go with the model, if by using the experience of the experts, if we give answer for that one, perhaps it will be like 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs, like that, but we do not we cannot give an exact answer for that one. Then there will be a big error, like 25% of error. Okay, that means will be a loss to the company if we go like that way. So then customers will be dissatisfied by using those things. Therefore, we can build up a real prediction model by using the regression, which gives the exact estimation value. Okay, we will discuss how the regression works in the coming videos. Right. Then the supervised learning, if we try to understand supervised learning more, the already tagged data, we have the data already. Okay, and by using those data, we can understand what are the features and what we call labels. Okay, what are the features and labels? Okay, there are two things we can understand by using a supervised learning. One thing is the features. Features means the things what we are feeding to the model. We have to feed something, we have to give some inputs. Those things we will call it as the features. And labels means what we are getting as the output. Okay, as an example, if you want to identify uh, an animal as a cat or dog, okay, by considering the features. Okay, so then we have to the model has to identify what are the features of the cat, what are the features of the dog. Those are the inputs that the model is taking. After that, what will be the result? Result will be either cat or dog. Okay, those are we can consider as the labels, features and labels. Okay, then I told that there are two models in the what we call supervised learning. One thing is the classification and the other thing is the regression. Okay, then what will be calling as the unsupervised? You can by this slide, but you can understand, like it is a confusing. That means unsupervised learning means you do not know what exactly the values, what exactly the features, you do not know. Okay, but one thing, one example of this one is the clustering. Clustering means uh, you do not know what are the inputs, because the inputs are not labeled. Okay, after that, by using an algorithm like a clustering algorithm, you can make some similar type of patterns. You can generate some similar type of patterns. Okay, that thing can be considered as a clustering. Okay, then we'll see what are these unsupervised learning. All machines knows is the data in front of it, only the data. They know only the data, but they do not know what are those things. No features, no labels. There are no features and there are no labels. Right. Then unsupervised learning, we can convert them into two forms. One thing is the clustering and the other thing is the association. One thing is the clustering and the other thing is the association. What do you call the clustering? Discover the inheritance groups in the data, such as grouping customers by purchasing behavior. Right. That means think about uh, I want to promote what we call the one new device. Okay, one device to a particular group, but I do not know uh, what are the exact group that I should promote this one. So what I can do, I can generate a clustering algorithm. Okay, by using a clustering algorithm. Uh, uh, Using that clustering algorithm, what will happen? It will suppose like I have a 50,000 database. Okay, that amount of people will be converted into clusters, and using those clusters, okay, we have to find out what is the best cluster. Okay, that means a human has to interact to find out that one, but it doesn't give the exact answer. Association role, association mining, that is another type of the unsupervised learning. Now here in this video you have to get the high level knowledge. High level knowledge means this just the rough knowledge about what is this one, what is called the supervised learning and what is called the unsupervised learning, and what are the main contents of those supervised learning and the unsupervised learning. So we have understood now there are two machine learning uh, models of main two models. One thing is the supervised learning and the other thing is the unsupervised learning. According to the supervised learning, it will be classifying into classification, uh, and also the other one is the regression. Unsupervised learning, what we are classifying, one thing is the clustering and the other thing is the association. Association means uh, uh, now there are some association, there are some relationship between certain type of goods. Okay, by identifying those things, there will be now this thing has identified by using the purchasing power of the people when they are going to a shopping mall. Okay, some certain people will be buying some amount of similar type of goods. By considering about the goods that they have taken, uh, it has been identified there is a pattern, there is a pattern. Okay, that is called as the association. Okay, we will be discussing what are those association in a deep way in the upcoming videos. Upcoming videos means we are finishing this whole process within 3 days. Okay, we are building the application and hosting. Everything will be doing within 3 days. Okay. Okay, if you consider more about this clustering, okay, you may not have any prior information. You do not know anything about that one earlier. Okay, and we want to arrange similar objects together. What we are doing, but you can by using this the clustering algorithm. Okay, it will be making some similar type of things. There are no labels, but you can but this algorithm can identify the pattern of that one and it will generate as clusters. And we want to arrange dissimilar objects in different bags, like similar type of similar type of objects means now suppose there is a similarity between some objects, they can put those things into one cluster. And if you can see, I identify another type of similarity, it will be behaving as another cluster. Right. Now see about this example, facial beauty. Okay, now if we ask, how do you define this beauty? Okay, what do you say? This first one, who is the most beautiful girl here? Second or the third? So what do you say? Three? Okay. Okay, if you say three, the problem is this three is not a human being. By this one is a robot. Okay. Now this now this person now beauty is determined by the laugh also, their laugh also, but this thing one this one also like that, but here there is no the feature wisely laugh there involved. Okay, now how the machine is identified like this way, it is identified like this way, by considering the length, the parameters. Parameter wisely, it will be determining what is the beauty. Okay, length, okay, width of the nose, eyes, lips, like that way. It will be giving some values for those things. According to that, it will be determined, identifying, okay, comparing and identify this one is beautiful or not, like that way. It is identified. Uh, Right. Then the same manner you can cluster the things in the biology. Okay, the grouping of genes, okay, can be done by using a clustering algorithm. So that is one type of application. It is in the genetics. Uh, in the same manner, in the medical field also, can clustering algorithms can be used to identify some diseases or the viruses uh, according to that one. And the marketing and businesses also clustering algorithm can be uh, used in segmentation group of customers for goods. Okay, when identifying, I told that my example of I am going to promote a new device. Okay, to whom should I promote that device? Okay, by using a clustering algorithm, it will be generating those things into several clusters. Then I can uh, go deep to those clusters and check whether this device is best suited for those things or not. Okay, uh, and the clustering in computer science, we can group the data. Okay, anomaly detection. Okay, and are there any similar type of algorithms like that way? I can identify the clusters in computer science. Okay, like that, there are several fields where that the clustering algorithms are used. Okay, as an overview, I can say that mainly the machine learning can be converted as supervised learning and unsupervised learning, and there is another one which is called the reinforcement learning. That is a hybrid version of these two. That thing also we are going to we are going to discuss, but mainly we are focusing when building applications in our particular duration. We are going to build up one supervised learning complete application and one unsupervised learning complete application. I will be coding these things with our candidates, and they after that I will show you how they are performing. Okay, how they are performing, and we will be identify what will be the best project out of those 8 or 10 groups. uh, if I explain this clustering, and now I told that clustering and the classification will be confused a little bit. Now, suppose that's why I have added this new slide to this one. Okay, what is this one and what is this one? If I ask from a, small kid, that he or she also will reply that this is an apple and this is an orange. Okay. Uh, So you can easily identify those things. Okay, then the humans have power to classify the objects like that way. Okay, these are apples and these are what we call oranges. Okay, uh, they know by the experiences what they are by their parents. They have told that this is an apple and this is an orange. Therefore, uh, they can classify what are called apples and what are called oranges. Okay, so it has a label. They know that they know what are these inputs. This is apple. This is what orange. There is a label. Okay, how this apple? It is like this type, this shape. Orange. It is like the orange in color. This is like red in color. Those are the features. What we call those are the features. If we provide the features, what we are getting as the output, apple or orange. Apple or orange, that we call as the labels. But actually we are feeding these things not like the text data. You have to convert those things into numericals because computer can only understand numericals. So some type of numerics way you have to convert. Okay, that is we will be calling as the transformation. Okay, there is one phase of the machine learning process. Okay, we want to convert our text and label text features into numerics, and after that uh, the label thing also we are getting as a numeric way, and we will be identify it as what like now if it is apple it will be like 1, if it is orange it will be 0, like that way. Anything like that way I can understand by using a numerical pattern. Okay, clustering means now if it is if it is this type of bag, but you cannot identify what are actually these fruits. Okay, there are no labels. You cannot understand what are these things. But by considering the similarities, okay, like these things are in one particular color. So these three things we can put into one bag. These three things we can put into another bag. Okay, but we do not know what are these, but we can put those things into particular bags which has a similarity. Okay, which has a similarity we can put. So we do not know what are these inputs, but we can generate some clusters. That clusters also we do not label, but it has a similarity. That is called the clustering. That is called the clustering. Okay, tell me this one. And this is a cat or dog you want to find out. How do you find out? You want to take the features of this one. Okay, we will be identifying this the ears of this one, the sharpened ears, like this beard of this mustache or beard. I do not know the word of that one. Uh, the cat has this type of thing. The eyes like this way. So we will be feeding the features and said that uh, if you find out these features, it will be a cat. If you find out another type of features, okay, now this is Russian blue or Persian cat. Okay, uh, and identify these things, and we are feeding whether it is a Russian blue or the Persian cat, and if it finds out another type of the same object, it will be recognized by using the algorithm. Okay, it will be recognized it has a cat or dog. Okay, because you are always getting a value. Those values we call as the labels, the labeled values. Okay, if you are having those labeled values, we call it as supervised learning. Okay, now here you are having a supervised learning. You are getting a real output. Happy or angry, it is the output. We call those happy or angry as the labels. Okay, what you are providing, what you are feeding, that is called as the features. I think now you have understood about the what are called the features and what are called the labels. Now one more question. Now, to discuss this machine learning project, we want to have a knowledge of Python. Okay, but don't worry if you do not have the knowledge of Python. We will be explaining everything which is relevant to this field by in a quick way, and then you will be understanding those things. Okay, you don't want to have any of the knowledge. If you are coming from a biological environment also, you are welcome to this field, and you can do the project with us. If you are starting from the sketch, if you're following these videos, you can understand everything related to this field, because we are dealing with a very uh, challengeable research, okay, with a very reputed university. Therefore, what we want to do, we want to uh, give this community service. Then if we provide the certain relevant outcome only, we will be accepted. Okay, therefore we will try our best and try yeah, if you are also following the same things, and please put a comment. If you did not understand anything, please put those things also, because our guys asked us to many of the guys asked us to do this thing in Sinhala, but after that some guys told me that we will do this thing as what we call the community service for the whole the world. Then the many people will be benefited from this one. Okay, and several people are helping us called several YouTube channels, especially Harry Bai and the code basics, and what we call the several Indians. Several Indians YouTube channels will be helping us to do this thing. Uh, uh, right. Then I will tell you what are the things you want to know while going in this way to become an expert of the machine learning area. There are several things you want to understand. I will open my notepad and tell you these things. Okay, but we will train end to end about these things. Okay, one thing is you have to have a knowledge of a programming language. Learn a programming language. Okay, what are the programming language which is relevant to this what we call the machine learning area? uh, the most common and most the easiest way of getting this one as a Python. Then the Python is the first preference. Then the R, and the third thing is the Scala. Okay, these are the most famous data science programming languages. Okay, because you want to identify a you want to follow a particular programming language, and because this applications, all those things and those libraries we are doing uh, related to one of the programming language. We are we are taking here for these applications. Okay, first these 3 days for these applications, we will be selecting the programming language as Python. Because why we are selecting Python as the programming language? The reason for that one is Python has a very versatile libraries. Okay, it has a very rich libraries. That's why we are taking Python, especially NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, like that way, sklearn and TensorFlow, PyTorch, like that way. There are several libraries available in Python. That is one thing. And if you want to build up the model, we will be taking Python library. Sklearn, we will be discussing what is a sklearn and how to do the things using a sklearn, everything. And next thing you want to understand, if you want to deeply understand about the machine learning, you want to know about the linear algebra. Learn linear algebra, linear algebra, linear algebra, and also statistics. These two mathematics field you want to have a good knowledge to become expert. But for this project, this 3 days applications, we will give you a rough knowledge related to this linear algebra and the statistics. How do we implement the project? But it will be also the way but we are training, you will be getting a sufficient knowledge. Okay, when you go for an interview related to this machine learning project, when the interview asks how do you implement this one and what are the things behind this one, all of those things you can completely give the answers. Okay, then the next thing is you want to understand the machine learning algorithms, ML algos. I will put like this, ML algos. What you call the ML algos, the mainly the supervised learning and the unsupervised learning and the reinforcement learning. Under that, there are certain algorithms coming, those things also you want to understand. And after that, after building this one, we want to integrate this one application we want to integrate. So you want to have a knowledge related to Git. Okay, that means DevOps tool Git. Then what we call the you want to understand the knowledge about this libraries called pandas, sklearn, numpy. Okay, these things we will provide that one as well. Now you will be asking how can we gain within 3 days this type of application knowledge? That's the way, that's the secret, this one, because these 3 days we will be working. Okay, working stoplessly. We are working until up to the end. So then only you are getting, because after finishing this video, after uploading it to the YouTube, okay, I will be making the second video. Because once this our people, once they have got this knowledge, the basics, they will be willing to go for the next one. So these 3 days we will be having sleepless duration. So I want to show that yes, we are capable and we are good enough, we are fit enough for this project. Then you want to know what we call how do you deploy into this project. Okay, deployment knowledge. Deployment means how do you put it to a server? How do you make this thing available for the whole world? Okay, we will be using the Flask. Okay, the Flask is a what we call the framework. Okay, Python framework, and you can use Flask or Django, but we are taking Flask here because this is we will be discussing like this is not a very big project. Okay, therefore Flask server will be enough. Django will be a little bit complicated, but it is also not that difficult. It will be also okay, but you can easily identify Flask. That's why we are taking Flask here. And as the front end knowledge, we will be taking Bootstrap to decorate the interfaces. Also, what we call in the deployment, we are using this Flask, and we will be taking Heroku as the platform as a service. That means it is a cloud service. PAS, platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service. I think some of you do not know about the knowledge of the cloud computing. Okay, we can use AWS as well, but if you take the normal AWS means AWS easy to means it is the infrastructure as a service. By using the infrastructure as a service, it will be taking long time to do the things because we will be having a limited time. Therefore, we are taking Heroku. Heroku means It will be Heroku means it is a platform. It has already installed Python. Okay, then what we want to put, we want to just deploy it. Okay, then we in a less duration we can do the deployment process. That's why we are taking Heroku. Okay, I think you have understood about the difference between the AWS, the AWS and the Heroku. But AWS also it has a platform as a service. Okay, but compared to that one also, by my experience, I think Heroku will be easy. That's why we are taking Heroku here. Then you are getting the knowledge of Flask, you are getting the knowledge of Heroku, and also the front end technologies also you are getting the knowledge. Okay, those are the whole process what we are going to discuss there, and we are implementing application end to end. Okay, with as a website. Okay, after that, okay, after finishing these things, we will be in the second phase of the things. Okay, if we successfully finish these things in the given duration, we will be try to implement these things as a mobile applications as well. Okay, okay, that is the end of this first video. Okay, I think you will be getting the things what you have to do. Okay, the basic understanding. This is the first video. We will be uploading several videos related to these type of things. Okay, in the second video we will be directly come to the coding part of this one. Okay, wait for the second video, because after you are getting understanding of this first video, I will be quickly uploading the second video. We will try to finish these the whole application within 3 days. Thank you very much.